What is up, my viewers and subscribers? I am the only man who says what he does and does what he says. Mike Wayne, aka Rebel 180. And this is Movie Night episode. Mike Wayne's Movie Night episode, I think, 3. And this is going to be another horror themed episode. I'm not under blanket for it this time because Halloween's passed and the mood is gone. I didn't really even plan to watch these two movies, but I'd never seen them before, and I was planning on doing a trilogy, but for some reason Netflix has this thing where not every single movie will be available at the appropriate time, and I just couldn't wait any longer for the third one to be available. So if anyone is watching this, anyone at all, after watching this, please rate and comment. Like I've said before, no one seems to really listen, but like I said before, I encourage feedback, and I actually expect feedback. So just keep that in mind if you're watching this. But anyways, this is the Puppet Master double feature, my Puppet Master double feature, and now I'm going to try to go into as much detail as I can, but I might skip over some parts because, I've said before, I have a bad memory. Even though I just watched it, my memory is like short term, pretty much. So I might skip over some parts. So the first movie starts out pretty much with some old guy. They never really explained in the beginning, but some old guy playing around with his puppets, and that they are already establishing, with no backstory at all, that these puppets seem to be alive. And so they show a first-person view of this one puppet roaming around the building and stuff. It's in a hotel. They show a first-person image of this one puppet. He's supposed to be the main puppet, roaming around the hotel, trying to reunite with his master or whatever. And these two guys are they're moving toward the hotel room that this old guy is staying in. And so he decides to hide his puppets in a secret compartment inside of a wall. And they are locked inside of a case as well, like a trunk or something. Anyways, these puppets, for whatever reason, seem to be alive. They never really did a backstory on that. They established that they were alive at the very beginning for some reason. And then you would think that this guy was the main character, but then he shoots himself. And then it goes straight to present day, where some guy is dreaming about something, about one of the puppets or something. And then it pans to a psychic pretending to be a charlatan, I guess. whatever. This movie, let me just break it down for you. This movie stars uh, a university professor who has dreams of things. Uh, a uh, a creepy scientist that has perverted visions, and uh, his I think girlfriend or wife or something that had, whatever it, two guys, bland professor, creepy, perverted psychic, and of course, what movie wouldn't be complete without two interchangeable blonde women? And the reason why I say this is because I swear to God, the psychic is blonde, right? And then it pans to another blonde with the guy, and I thought it was the same person, really. Except one of them sounds like Nancy Gribble from King of the Hill. Yeah. Anyways, back to the story. So all of these people are in the hotel that this guy shot himself, except the story isn't really about him, is it? It's about their friend, their so-called friend, who apparently screwed them over in a past life, and then he coincidentally shot himself around the same time that the other guy did. And they spend the whole movie trying to figure out why. And the bland professor, he seems to be having visions of this guy throughout the whole movie. And so the puppets are on a killing spree. They kill, you know, they kill the maid, the creepy, the creepy scientist, his, I should say lover maybe. Um, they kill. Yeah, that's pretty much it. They kill. You know, uh, the uh, the Nancy Gribble sounding woman that seems to be the bitchiest one. You always gotta have that bitchy blonde girl. You always gotta have that bitchy blonde woman in every movie. She put up a better fight than all of them, pretty much. Uh, there's this one puppet with giant arms and a small head. He tries beating her up. She keeps throwing him around. Then she eventually gets killed by a puppet with a hook for one hand and then a knife for another. And, you know, their friend, his name is Neil Gallagher. He is apparently one of them, a psychic or whatever. And he apparently brought them together in a past life, but then he just up and left them behind, whatever. And this whole movie, the plot is they're trying to figure out if Gallagher discovered the secret of eternal life. That's what they were basically trying to find out, and it turns out that he did. Because Gallagher is, wait for it, dun dun dun, alive. Through the whole movie, the bland professor's vision was setting up for a moment where Gallagher would miraculously appear once again. and he figured out a way to bring himself back to life after killing himself. And it turns out he's not so much of a nice guy, is he? He starts beating up the bland professor named Alex Whitaker. For those of you who, if you're watching, would fucking shit all over this review. Oh, his name is Alex Whitaker, not the bland professor, whatever. I call it like I see it. Anyways, so they start getting into a brawl, and then Gallagher gets locked inside of an elevator, and he's trapped in there with the puppets, and he pretty much screwed up because he told them that he was done playing with silly little puppets or something like that. And so he pretty much screwed up because he let the puppets know how he felt about them. And so they proceeded to slaughter him. And so, for whatever reason, the bad guys turn out to be the good guys. That doesn't make sense. This movie, the pacing of this movie alone almost put me to sleep. I gotta say that. I almost didn't make it through this first movie. Now, the second movie is a little bit better. Now, we get started on the Puppet Master, his unholy creation. Now, once again, not a lot of explanation in the beginning. They pan. It starts out with the main puppet bringing, like the leader of those puppets, bringing back their original master, Andre Tolan, who happens to be the guy who killed himself in the beginning of the movie. They didn't really explain that at the beginning of that movie. They sort of talked about it in the middle. Kind of weird. And it's movies like that. It's just it's kind of sad. I mean, when you have movies that don't have any real backstory to them until like the middle of it, that's weird. And so we get to the cast members of this. I forgot their names, but it's a brother and a sister. They're two of their friends who happen to be boyfriend and girlfriend, because what horror movie isn't complete without that sexual chemistry? Yeah, what horror movie is complete without that sexual chemistry? I should say, you know, gotta show something. Anyways, oh, and did I mention they showed a near rape scene in the first one? Yeah, they showed Gallagher. They showed a scene where Gallagher was about to rape a woman. Yeah. Anyways, so in this movie, these people aren't really psychics. They're paranormal investigators. Go figure. And so they're trying to figure out if there are any unholy spirits in here. And a woman in the middle of the movie pulls up to a broken down, well, it's a run down farm or whatever, and two people that live there. She asks for directions. I think her name is Camille Kenny or something, and it turns out that she's supposed to be some sort of psychic. And it also turns out that the main character of the first one, Alex Whitaker, is now in a mental institution because of what he saw in the first movie. So, whatever. There is a new puppet who happens to actually be kind of a believable threat. This one actually lights people on fire. Yeah. The first one to die is the brother of this redhead. I talked about there being a brother and a sister. Don't even, talk to me about names because I can't remember half of the people from Game of Thrones. I have a very, very bad memory. Anyways, so the brother of, the brother of that woman. See, I can't remember her name. I'm trying. I'm really fucking trying here. Let's just call her Elsa, because that's apparently what that guy called her. It starts with a C, I think, doesn't it? Cataline, I think. No, wait. Is it Cataline? Huh. Well, I'll just call it Cataline. So, Cataline's brother, dies. He's killed by the one with the drill on his head from the first one. And so, he's the first one to die. And then, they mourn his death, all this, and, this is, it was really messed up. But, there was one part where a little boy was abusing his toy, and then he finds the one that burns people, and it turned around and burned him, but it didn't show him getting burned. And also this mysterious shows up, who later turns out to be Andre Tolan, the guy
from the first part. And his,
I think her name is Cataline. Maybe, Cataline. Yeah, I think that's her name. Anyways, he's on a quest to turn himself immortal, and also he wants his supposed reincarnated wife, Elsa, who he thinks Cataline is, and so he tries to he kidnaps her, and he pretty much tries to slit her throat and turn her into a doll, pretty much a living doll. And you see, the whole movie is supposed to be him trying to give his puppets new life, and then he turns around and betrays them and gives the new life to him, and tries to give that new life to Cataline as well. And Michael Kenny, who happens to be the son of Camille Kenny, the psychic, who was actually dragged off and then killed, he comes to the rescue, pretty much the puppets turn on another master of theirs. Their original master, I might add. And that's pretty much it. And the movie ends with a cliffhanger. Their new master is dun 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 Camille Kenny inside of a new puppet body. Yep. They actually went with a cliffhanger in this one. So that's it for me. If anyone is watching this, I expect a couple people to watch it. I'm not really sure if anyone would want to watch a 20-minute review of 2 movies or not. And I did kind of ramble on in this, but whatever. Anyways, if anyone is watching this, please rate and comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you thought of this review. And also, tomorrow I will be doing a retro review of the very first Royal Rumble. Any wrestling fans, please go check that out. I am Mike Wayne, aka Rebel 180. So long for now.